Today we are buying another car. What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video. It seems like just yesterday I bought the C7 that is currently hiding in the shop. And well, today we're buying a 7th car. Now I've had a lot of fun with all of my cars and it seems like I always get a car for me. But today the new car is going to be for my wife and it's going to replace this car. Now this is my wife's Jeep and well, she picked it up for $1,000 before I even met her and she put a lot of miles on this thing and it's starting to give her some issues. Now if we go ahead and hop inside, you will see we are well over 200,000 miles. We are actually at 221,000 miles, but the issue is with the transmission. I don't know if you can hear that, but whenever she goes into gear, the transmission clunks hard. It'll throw a check engine light, the car will go into limp mode, and that sucks because limp mode on this car is around 50 miles an hour, 40 miles an hour, and when you're on the freeway going 70 and you get jumped down to 40, it's very hectic and very scary. So I think it's time we get my wife an upgrade. Now, the transmission on this car could be a few different things. It could be a sensor, which means that we'd have to drop the transmission pan, get to that sensor, replace it, put everything back together, and if it's not the sensor, we just wasted $600. And if you buy that car for $1,000 and you spend $600 on it and it doesn't even fix it, I kind of visualize that as a waste. So the plan is we're gonna put this car into auction, and if someone wants to fix it, they can fix it. But I think we need to get a car that I can justify fixing if something does happen. So let's go ahead and get my wife a new car today that we're also gonna drive. This one actually can tow stuff, which is good because sometimes my cars break down. Now the car is in Seattle and I think this would be the best car to bring because one, I kind of want to drive the new car at the beginning just to make sure everything is good for my wife and my wife feels comfortable driving this car. Also, this is the cheapest car and we don't want to look rich or anything to the seller, so it's probably smarter to bring this than the Lambo. Now in the grand scheme of things, we could really bring this guy, but I don't know how good he would do on a 4-hour road trip, so he's going to stay behind. Quick little money spread right here. It's time to go get this thing. So it's about a 5-hour drive, not 4. The dog's dropped off. We got full tank. We'll probably have to fill up once, get there, make the offer, and then fill up there and come back and fill up one more time. The crappy thing is, the minute we get this car, we're gonna have to fill up 2 cars at once. And the new car, I'll tell you this much, it's a V8. So it's not gonna be as fuel efficient as this car. Not bad, only 40 bucks. The car was at a half tank, so. You know, this is the most dysfunctional parking lot I've ever seen at a Jimmy John's. There's the line for drive-through, and there's the parking for inside seating. And that space is a car width. Nobody's gonna be able to back out if they go in to dine in. Pretty dumb. Like this lady just got food and she's not leaving anytime soon. All right, bag secured. We're kind of on a time crunch, so we're just gonna keep driving. Also, there was no way we're gonna sit in there with that parking lot like that. Next up, Seattle, Washington, where we should be able to check out this car. Now, this car isn't necessarily perfect. There are a couple things with it that we need to look at, which is why we brought our scan tool. And if everything checks out, we'll get it. We kind of think we know what's wrong with it already, which is why we're taking the risk of driving out. And my friend Vlad already looked at the car and drove it and said it drove great. So hopefully this isn't a waste of 5 hours there and 5 hours back. Also, as we've been driving, we have acquired a new sound coming from the M4 in the back. It's like a high-pitched squeak. Granted, this road is the worst road in Washington, but the squeaking is coming from the rear quarter panel on the driver's side or the top of the trunk or that kind of rear dashboard area. Don't know what it is. Stuff like this happens when you have a slammed car with stiff suspension. Stuff just rattles loose, but it is very annoying. So we might Need to figure out what's wrong with that too after we get the car and we get back home. Ladies and gentlemen, a bike cop. Maybe we get pulled over by a bike cop today. That'd be a first. I don't know what we do wrong because I see him now. We're not gonna do anything dumb. But he could pull me over for something dumb like no front plate. Or my plate cover, but I feel like if he wants to run my plates or look at my tint, he would have slowed down and let me pass him. Oh, bro got pulled over. He must have been pacing because he was not shooting radar. So it's either he's pacing him or there's something messed up with that guy's tags. Look at that, look at that. Whoa, that's embarrassing too. He saw him. Part of me feels like it's suspension, but I did stick my head back there when the wife was driving and it sounded like the trunk. One task at a time, let's get this freaking car, if it turns out to be good. All right, officially 2 minutes away from the car. Since we didn't secure the car just yet, I'm not gonna bring the camera with us when we go to look at the car because it still could all turn out bad. So I'm gonna leave you in the car, we're gonna take a look, and if we get it, you'll see it in the next clip.
Few moments later.
Well, boys, are you ready? Welcome to the channel, the new Jeep. Now I know, if you click this video, you probably were hoping that I got a Trackhawk. And that is in the plan. But let me just explain something. This Jeep is actually one of the dream Jeeps my wife had on her list. It's a Jeep Grand Cherokee Overland with a 5.7 Hemi. If we were gonna get another Jeep, it had to have a V8 because the V6 was dog slow. Has the Overland Summit interior with the brown stitching. Definitely something you don't see a lot. The car is all blacked out aside from the trim. This thing is going to be such a fun thing to have on the channel. It also has quad air suspension, so it actually raises up 3 different levels. In sport mode, it drops down. In off-road mode, it raises up pretty high. This is actually a pretty cool Jeep, especially for the price we got it at. But why did I not get a Trackhawk for her? Well, she is just like me. She loves getting really cool spec'd cars if she can get one. Like this car, for example. Even though this is a middle car, it is still a pretty cool spec for what it is. Like, I've never seen an Overland with that interior, and also with the amount of miles it has and the price we got it at, it was the perfect car to get right now. Now, the Trackhawk she wants is this green color. And of course, it's probably the most rare spec out of all the Trackhawks ever made. And since the Trackhawks are now discontinued, they're not making more of that spec. It's all done. And also something that I didn't realize until after I put on my vision board and started looking at Trackhawks a couple months later, Trackhawks are $90,000, especially in that spec with a branded title, stolen. Personally, I want to actually loan out the Trackhawk. I don't want to buy it all out in cash because $90,000 in cash, if I only took 20 of that and put it down on a Trackhawk, I can use that 70 grand to build up the business so much more. So if I'm going to loan a Trackhawk, I need it to be a clean title, because if you get a rebuilt title, a salvage title, or a branded title, either it's stolen, lemon title, or whatever, your interest rate will actually be 4 to 5% higher than if it was just a straight clean title car. So not only are we looking for a very rare spec, we're also looking for a clean title car in that rare spec. And Trackhawks are known for being stolen, and the only Trackhawks that I found in that spec have a stolen title or they're salvaged. Currently, right now, I have 2 people looking for a Trackhawk. That is, of course, that green and clean title, but that's going to take some time. And since the red Jeep is down and I don't feel like it's smart to really put money into that thing, this is the perfect middle car until we get that Trackhawk. So let's go ahead, hop in, take it for a little cruise down this road and back, and then get home, fix the squeak on the M4 because that is driving me insane, and end off this video. Now just imagine us taking this car up the mountains and going fishing, because that is something we're definitely gonna do on the second channel, because I love fishing and it is starting to get into that time of season. So this is going to be the car. So we're gonna go ahead, push to start. If we look right here, we got a bunch of different modes. We have sand and mud, we have rock, and as you can see, it's starting to say up. And if you focus on the outside, you can kind of see the car moving. So freaking cool. This car actually raises and lowers. And then in sport mode, it actually goes to a lower setting. And yeah, it has four-wheel low. It can tow, I believe, 7,400 pounds, which means we could easily take a car in a trailer and also throw a bunch of merch in the back if we want to go to a car show and have our own booth, something I wasn't able to do before. And also, this car is not gonna give my wife any issues. Now there is one thing, there was two things, but now there's only one thing wrong with this car, and it says service all-wheel drive. Don't really know what that is, to be honest. We did run the codes on the car and nothing came up. There are no codes on this car. So I'm assuming maybe this is a service interval, but that would also not necessarily make sense because the traction control light's on. So I don't know, it could be a fuse, could be something really stupid, but other than that, this car is completely fine. It also had a brake light on when we did message the seller, and the brake light was actually because the reservoir wasn't plugged in with the sensor. So he plugged that in, he fixed that. Since it did have this code though, he did cut us a good deal. My brother-in-law, both of them, have this exact same car, and both of theirs say service four-wheel drive, and they've been driving their cars a lot, and they're at over 200,000 miles. So that concerned me, but not really after driving it. But yeah, so let's go ahead, take this thing for a little drive. 5.7 V8 Hemi, like this thing can go. We're also gonna drive it in sport mode because we gotta experience it in sport mode. I think you can manually shift it. Oh, right here. So we can shift like that. So much smoother than the M4 just because it's on that quad air suspension, and it goes. That's actually pretty ridiculous. So if we just give it a little gas. It's not slow. Yes, it's not Trackhawk fast, but it's not V6 Jeep slow, which is perfect for us. So let's go ahead, get this thing home. I'm sorry if I snaked you guys and you guys thought it was a Trackhawk. It's not. The Trackhawk is coming. We just gotta find one. And honestly, I am very, very happy with this car. It turned out pretty good, and my wife loves it. And that's the main thing. She does so much for me, and without her, the house wouldn't look as good as it does. The projects that I do with the cars would not get done as fast. I wouldn't have an extra person to help me hold the camera whenever I'm doing stuff to the cars. Like, there is so much that happens behind the scenes that you guys don't see that she does that makes her deserve this car so much, and she deserves a Trackhawk so much. It's just really hard to find the perfect one, and I want her to have the perfect one when we find it. Also, I forgot to mention, we are in Mexico, and this is a pretty open spot. Let's burn some tires real quick. It gets down. Upgraded turbos are coming soon. Fuel system just showed up, so we gotta get this thing on the lift and do that. It's going to happen sooner than you think. And then we were off on our 5-hour road trip back home, and everything seemed great until, well boys, we may or may not have gotten scammed. Car has a check engine light, so we pulled off. Let's go ahead and see what's wrong. Apparently it wasn't driving any different. I mean, it drove fine earlier. All right, so the code is camshaft position sensor intermittent. So it's an intermittent code, bank 1, sensor 1. So we're gonna go ahead, screenshot this. We're gonna clear issues. We're gonna start it and see if the check engine light turns on. Okay, so we're gonna close. We're gonna turn on the car. Okay, so maybe the previous owner did not clear that code because the service 4-wheel drive code is also gone after clearing all codes. So that being said, if he cleared that code before selling the car, there wouldn't even be the all-wheel drive fault. So maybe we didn't get scammed. Let's go ahead, pop the hood. Maybe a sensor's loose, but if it was loose, theoretically it should throw the check engine light right away. That could be a problem right there. Sensor looks like it got ripped out and spliced back in. I don't know if that's the cam position sensor. It could be, or it could be somewhere up here. Thing is, the car is still running fine. So let's drive it to the gas station and see if anything happens from here to the gas station. It's an intermittent code, so yeah. All right, just watched a YouTube video. I am good. I'm starting to get good at guessing what's wrong with cars and where said sensors are located. That is in fact the sensor that will throw that code right there. And if you can see, that green wire in the middle is like pulled out and it looks like it's been messed with in the past. So maybe someone tried replacing it and didn't do it right. So I might have to unpin that whole harness, repin it, plug it in, and we might have that issue fixed. However, will it get us home? Should, I hope. I'm guessing that maybe going really high speeds or something caused it to not have enough power. Like the car pulled so much voltage other places that it pulled power since this isn't getting a good power source. So I don't know. We're gonna go ahead, get some gas, see if the code comes back on. If it doesn't, we're just gonna keep it chill, get home. I'll repin this tomorrow and we'll be okay. Who would have thought? The BMW outperforms the Jeep with check engine lights on this trip. We still got another 3 hours to go. Well, good news. Check engine light did not turn back on. Did your ABS?
No lights.
No lights came on. Granted, we only drove like 20 miles, but no lights turned on. Now it's time to see which one's more fuel efficient. That car or that car. Well, actually, we won't find that out, but we'll find out which one costs more to fill up. All right, now this car has to take 91. The Jeep takes 87 from what I read online. $57.73, 10.9 gallons. Ouch. I was expecting it to be like 60 bucks. 85 bucks. Maybe I should have got my wife a Prius. Okay. Next stop is home. We have a 2.5 hour drive ahead of us, so we are halfway through our way back. Hopefully I just see you at home and we don't run into any more issues. But no codes, full tanks, very expensive fill up on her end, but it's okay. Let's go home. All right, we made it home. Surprisingly enough, the squeaking in the car went away. I messed with the trunk when we got pizza for dinner and it stopped. There is still a little clunking and I'm thinking that that might be the rear diff bushings because I did replace them, but I think they might have a loose bolt. So I'm gonna have to tighten those up. That way those don't clunk, but that's gonna be something for a different day. So the M4 is not getting messed with this video. Out with the old, in with the new. It's kind of awkward. I feel like that car's a little jealous right now. But now it's time to go get the dog and see what he thinks of the new car. Still no codes. No news is good news. Spoke a little too soon. The service all-wheel drive light turned back on and the traction control light. I think the reason it didn't turn on until now is because once we got up to speed, we stayed at speed and then slowing down, turning back onto the freeway, kind of bumped it back into this. I don't think it's anything to worry about though. I'm guessing it might be a wheel speed sensor because that's what my wife thinks, but finding out which one is going to be a pain since there's no code saying it's the right rear or anything. So yeah, pretty odd. We might just clear the code again and see if it goes away. We're good this time. What do you think, Ray Ray? You mess with the car? I think he likes it. He also gets a lot more room in this car than the previous Jeep. Yeah, he likes it. You can't see him, he's so dark. He's gonna gain another 50 pounds. Then we're gonna have to get like an Escalade V or something to be able to fit him in. One car at a time, actually. No, wait, I'm not gonna give you any ideas. And we're home. It's electric? Look at this guy. Look at this guy. He doesn't know how to act anymore. Bro thinks he's rich. Look at him. He's gonna walk right inside. All right, I guess I'm gonna open the door for you. There you go. Well, there you have it. The new addition to the family. Now, if everything goes well, there will be a few more cars added to the garage by the time this year ends. We are already in July. Crazy. We're already halfway through the year. A lot's changed and a lot more is going to happen. The plan is, and the goal is, to still get an Aventador, a Trackhawk, and a G82. I don't know what cars we'll have to let go, what cars we're gonna keep, what other things are gonna change with the channel, but that is the goal, and I'm gonna work really hard to make it happen because I know she loves that car, but I know she would love a Trackhawk even more, and so would Wraith. That being said, my camera battery is at 1% and is flashing at me, so I'm going to end the video here. Thank you so much for watching this video, and if you enjoyed it, please give it a like, and if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button and the bell. What do you guys think of the new car? Was this a good idea rather than fixing the other one? I think it was, especially for the price we got this car at, because honestly, I don't think we're gonna lose any money at all on it unless something goes wrong. But fingers crossed that doesn't happen. But also, honorable mention, this thing is a champ, other than the noises that I'll figure out later. I'll see you guys next time. Drive safe.